Hey everyone, before we go balls deep on George Joestar, I just wanted to do a quick series of vocalizations of books. I don't want to call them audiobooks because I'm not going to commit to reading the entirety of these books. So, as you can tell from the title of the video probably, these are going to be mic tests where, I've got this, not a new microphone, but I've got this new stand for my microphone, I've got a new pop shield, and I'm really excited to test them out. You probably heard them in my previous video, how clear and just like beautiful the audio was, with a little bit of reverb, with a little bit of bass boost, with all that audio touch up. My voice does sound very excellent, if I may say so myself. But more than that, all these modifications to the mic, I'm really excited to test out and to make sure that when we get to George Joestar, we've got the best audio possible. I've recorded these, not like footage, but like the audio equivalent of footage. I've got this test audio footage. Test recordings, there you go. I've got these test recordings, and basically I'm going to augment them in different ways, and I'm going to see what sounds the best so that when we get to George Joestar, we get like this really fantastic audio, and these should be coming out hopefully daily if I get my shit together. And after that will come George Joestar and all the other stuff that I promised in my previous videos. So this first one is going to be a reading of Julius Caesar, Act 3, Scene 1. We're going to start about halfway through, so it's a lot shorter than it usually is. I'm not a thespian, I'm not an actor, so some of this will be pretty hammed up. It won't be like a glorious rendition of Julius Caesar performed entirely by one person. Instead, it'll be me just trying to like flex my mic as much as possible. I'll be peaking, I'll be whispering, stuff like that. So I'm really quite excited to share this. Obviously, like I said, I'm not committing to anything. I might do future mic tests if people end up liking this, but the primary reason for these is to test my mic. And if I find them satisfactory, then I doubt I'll make any more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy me going ham with Julius Caesar. Take care.
O Caesar, hence wilt thou lift up Olympus? Great Caesar, doth not Brutus bootless kneel? Speak hands for me! They stab Caesar. Et tu, Brute. Then fall, Caesar.
Liberty. Freedom. Tyranny is dead.
Run hence! Proclaim! Cry it about the streets! Some to the common pulpits and cry out liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement. People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand still. Ambition's debt is paid. Go to the pulpit, Brutus. And Cassius too. Where's Publius? Here, quite confounded with his mutiny. Stand fast together, lest some friend of Caesar's should chance. Talk not of standing. Publius, good cheer, there is no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else. So tell them, Publius. And leave us, Publius, lest that the people rushing on us should do your age some mischief. Do so, and let no man abide this deed but we, the doers. Enter Trebonius. Where is Antony? Fled to his house, amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out and run as it were doomsday. Fates, we will know your pleasures. That we shall die we know. 'Tis but the time and drawing days out that men stand upon. Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life, cuts off so many years of fearing death. Grant that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends, that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to their elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth, even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty. Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown? How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now, on Pompey's basis, lies along no worthier than the dust? So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty. What? Shall we forth? Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome. Enter a servant. Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and, being prostrate, thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I love Brutus, and I honour him. Say I feared Caesar, honoured him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead, so well as Brutus loving, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus through the hazards of this untrod state with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
Thy master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place, he shall be satisfied, and by my honour depart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently.
I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet have I a mind that fears him much, and my misgiving still falls shrewdly to the purpose.
Enter Antony. But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard, now, whilst your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfil your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no mean of death, as here by Caesar, and by you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
O Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this our present act you see we do, yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome, as fire drives out fire, so pity, hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you, our swords have leaden points, Mark Antony. Our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper do receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence. Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities. Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear. And then we will deliver you the cause why I, that did love Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded. I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus will I shake with you. Next, Caius Cassius do I take your hand. Now Decius Brutus yours. Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna, and my valiant Casca yours. Though last, not least in love, yours, good Trebonius. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble, in the presence of thy cause? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bade, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimson in thy lethe. O world, thou wast the forest to this heart, and this, indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer strucken by many princes dost thou here lie, Mark Antony,
Pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this. Then, in a friend, it is cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek, and am, moreover, suitor that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony. Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter? By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission, and that we, our contented Caesar, shall have all true rites and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than do us wrong. I know not what may fall. I like it not. Mark Antony, here take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral, and you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood! Over thy wounds now do I prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war, all pity choked with the custom of fell deeds, and Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines, with a monarch's voice, cry, havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men groaning for burial.